Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful philosophy from veteran online marketer Markel Prines. What if your biggest failures, the things you regret the most, weren't mistakes at all? What if they were actually a set of instructions for your future success? We're going to get into his system for turning those scars into your greatest strengths.
So let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Are your past failures holding you back? We all have them, right? Those business wounds, those moments we just wish we could do over. But what if looking at them that way is the whole problem?
And this right here, this is the core idea we're going to unpack today. Markel Prines has this incredible take. Your business wounds, the things that left a mark, they aren't just there to cause you pain. Nope, they're actually roadmaps, literally telling you exactly what to do next.
So how does this actually work? Well, it all boils down to two key concepts he talks about. And, getting these is really the first step to totally changing how you see your own journey.
Okay, so first up, scars. Instead of seeing a failed product launch or a wasted ad budget as, permanent damage, Markel says to look at it as a scar. It's a data point. It holds very specific, critical instructions on what to do differently, what to avoid next time. In this way of thinking, there are no real mistakes, only lessons.
So how do you heal those scars? You use what he calls hustle juice. And listen, this is not just some fluffy, feel-good motivation. This is the ointment, you could say. It's the practical skills, the new knowledge, and most importantly, the tangible actions you take based on those lessons to finally start getting results.
So who's the guy behind this whole philosophy? Well, he's a 15-year marketing veteran, and he's got this belief that your credibility isn't about what you say, it's about what you can prove you've actually done.
So meet Markel Prines. His whole approach is super direct. It's challenging, and it's built on more than a decade of being in the trenches, navigating the real-world pressures of building an online business. He's not really here to be your friend. He's here to show you what actually gets you paid.
He brings up this famous Mike Tyson quote all the time, and it makes such a critical point. See, having a business plan, talking about what you're going to do, that's just talk. The real test, the moment that actually creates the scar you can learn from, is what you do after you get metaphorically punched in the mouth.
So what does that real action look like? Well, it looks like this. This is his ad spend in a single month. We're talking over $12,500.
And think about this for a second, because it's a huge deal. Most of the online gurus, what do they show you? Their income statements, right? The highlight reel. Markel shows his investment. He's showing you the cost, the skin in the game, proving he's right there in the trenches doing the work. That is the difference between a talker and a doer.
And this commitment to real action, it leads to this fundamental choice that every single person trying to build something has to make. It's an idea he actually got from his own mentor, a guy named Holton Buggs.
It's pretty simple, really. You're either part of the 95%, the plain Joes, who are afraid to invest, who talk way more than they act, and, well, they get average results, or you're part of the 5%, the extraordinary Joes. These are the ones who take action, they invest in themselves, and they use new skills to heal their scars and move forward. The choice, he says, is 100% yours.
Okay, got it. Be an action taker. Be extraordinary Joe. But what if you don't have 12 grand a month to drop on ads? I mean, that's most of us, right? Well, this is where the philosophy turns into a really practical system that anyone can use.
Right. How do you actually win this game without a massive war chest? The answer, according to Markel's Hustler's Secret Success System, is not about outspending the competition. It's about outsmarting them by building a completely different kind of asset. The whole solution is to stop thinking like a solo act and start building a leverage system. As you can see, the old way is just pouring money into ads. The new way? You build a small but totally committed team. Think about it. Paying for 1 million views by yourself is crazy expensive. Now imagine a team of just 10 people, whose combined organic efforts generate 3 million views. That's the power of leverage.
And this is really the heart of the hustler's secret success system. It's a model that's literally designed for beginners. It lets you get in the game and compete by working smart, not just rich. It completely levels the playing field by replacing a massive ad budget with smart, strategic teamwork.
All right, so you're sold, you see the power in this, you're ready to start building your own leverage system. But what's the absolute #1 first step you have to take to get on this path?
And look, the reward for building this leverage can be seriously substantial. Just check out this example. Under your actions, you help 10 people get started. Okay, great. But the magic, the real magic, is in that next column, team actions. When each of them also helps 10 people, boom, you're looking at a one-time earning of almost $10,000. That exponential growth is the system working, but none of it happens without this one crucial first step. And this is that first action. You can't invite people to a feast that you've never even tasted yourself. It just doesn't work. Markel is so adamant about this. The very first step is to invest in your own plate, your own skills, your own tools, your own spot in the system. You absolutely have to lead by example. And that really brings us to the final and I think the most important question of all, the one that's just for you. What are you putting on your plate today? What action, big or small, are you going to take to finally read the instructions in your own scars and turn all that hard-won knowledge into your greatest strength?
They keep telling you, stay motivated. Watch this. Listen to that. Get inspired. But what happens when the video ends? When the music fades? When nobody's clapping, watching, or waiting for you to win? What moves you then? I used to run on borrowed energy, quotes, speeches, people hyping me. Yeah. Felt unstoppable for a moment, then I'd crash. Like it was never in me. That's the problem with external fuel. It burn quick, don't last, don't rule. You dependent on a source outside, so when it disappears, so do you. I was chasing feelings, not building fire. Waiting to feel ready instead of climbing higher. But readiness ain't a mood you catch, it's a discipline you wire. So I had to ask myself something different. If nobody ever told me keep going, would I answer that honestly? I realize purpose don't scream, it whispers. It ain't in the crowd, it's found in the mirror. It ain't an applause or validation checks. It's in what you do when there's nothing to flex. Motivation temporary, purpose permanent. One phase away, the other's inherent. You don't wake up feeling it every day, but purpose don't care how you feel anyway. It moves through you even when you're tired, even when life feel misaligned and wired. It's that quiet push you can't explain. Let's say do it again through the doubt and pain. So I stopped asking how do I feel and started asking what's real, what's mine to build, what's mine to create. That's when I found something stronger than fate. I don't need a reason. I am the reason. I am the reason. I don't need the feeling. I don't need the feeling. I move with meaning. No more waiting. No more waiting. No more chasing. No more chasing. Internal driver. That's what's leading. Yeah. Now I move like it's already decided. No hesitation, no need to be guided. I built a system inside of my soul that don't break down when I'm losing control. External noise don't shake my direction. I learned to operate without the connection. Not disconnected but self-sustained. Energy internal, never drained. I don't need hype, I don't need cheers. I done built this through blood, sweat, tears. Every rep carved into my frame. Now discipline calling me by name. This is what it look like when purpose drive. You ain't just working, you feel alive. Even in struggle there's something deeper. You not just moving, you moving with meaning. Listen close. Purpose don't shout, it pulls. It don't beg, it demands. And once you feel it, can't go back. There's gonna be days you don't feel like it. Do it anyway. There's gonna be days you question everything. Keep going anyway. Because the ones who make it ain't the most motivated. They the most committed to something deeper than motivation. That's what's leading. When the world go quiet, when the noise disappear, when nobody's watching, that's when you find out if you really got it, or if you was just borrowing it.
Success is looking for a great place to live, and I'm making sure that I have the perfect place for it to reside. Every single day I show up. Whether anybody else shows up for me, it doesn't matter to me. Whether anybody likes, comments, or share, it doesn't matter to me. I'm building a place where success wants to come. Success wants to be surrounded by people that actually show up on a daily basis. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, no matter what it is. And I've proven myself to be consistent. Now this is something that I can be proud of. It's not an income claim. It's not anything like that. Most of these people who got this massive income, they're not as consistent as I am. So possibly success won't stay with them long, but that's okay. Focus on what it is that you're great at. Whatever your gift is, whatever your skill is, focus on being the best at that. One of mine is being consistent. I show up, and I'm the type of person that success is looking for. Are you that type of person also? Comment hustle if you want to start building consistency, because that's what success is looking for.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepare was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 53, day 2, and we are right at 14 minutes into today's challenge. So let's start by peeling the curtain back. All right, so we got to expose that most valuable document in all of online marketing as usual, the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge document. So if you don't have access to this document, you know where you can find it, right? It's in the description of this video. Now, if you haven't taken action on the 10-Minute a Day Challenge, I strongly encourage you to take action. The challenge itself is partly responsible for, our daily intro, the songs that we play, the music that we get inspired by, motivated by, educated by. It's responsible for providing that fuel. So if you're a car, or if you're a motorcycle, if you're a boat, if you're a plane, whatever you are, whatever type of vehicle you consider yourself to be, to get you to whatever destination you're trying to go, you need fuel. So this challenge, it provides us with the necessary fuel. It makes me think about the dude, Julius. I forget his last name, but he created his own plastic refined based fuel. So I believe he's from out there in Atlanta. But if you don't know of him, just look him up. Um, his name is Julius. I believe his product is called Plastique or something. But if you just do a general search, you'll be able to find him. He's a young black man who created a way of turning plastic into fuel. So to try to get people off the dependency of traditional gas, right? So you know what happens when people step outside of the box and they get on their own path, they do their own thing, they create something new, inventive, creative. There's always multiple sides or multiple situations that happen after that. They get their supporters and they also get haters. So some people, they hate on the fact that somebody can step outside of the box, be, in the system, but not directly be part of the system. You don't have to really participate in everything and do things the way that everybody else tells you that you have to do things. You can step outside of the box and be your own individual and create your own systems, products, services, tools that might be as good or even better than what the mainstream is using. So that's what we provide here within the Hustleverse. We provide systems, blueprints, backed by, experience, backed by, what we've been doing for the last almost a year now. And today, matter of fact, I say almost a year, but let's look at this. Let's look at this right here. Right here in front of your face. It's been sitting here. It's been sitting here. It's been sitting here. Live after live after live, right? This picture right here. The symbol for the Hustlers 10 Minute a Day Challenge, right? You see the symbol there. And right there at the bottom, it's always been present. We see that date, the 16th of June, 2025, right? Well, today is the 16th of June, 2026. So not only do we celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the Hustlers 10 Minute a Day Challenge, we also celebrate what inspired the Hustlers 10 Minute a Day Challenge. And that's one of my first mentors, one of the greatest artists to ever live, one of the greatest leaders to ever live, in my personal opinion, Mr. Tupac Shakur. So he's partly, mainly responsible for this particular journey because a year ago on his birthday, I decided that I was going to step outside of my comfort zone, that I was going to start going live, something that I hadn't done in a long time, something that I was never consistent about before. But I decided that on his birthday, in honor and respect for one of my first mentors, that I was going to step outside of the box, that I was going to, you know, get that courage, get that strength, the thing that he inspired me to be, all those years as a young man, as a young teen, listening to his words, listening to his music, getting inspired, getting motivated, getting energized. Kind of like how now I create my own music to get inspired and motivated. See, Pac, he no longer here, but he's here in spirit. And you know that you're a great individual. You know that you're one of the greatest to ever live when 30 years later, people still can't forget you. When your pictures and your words and your message is still circulating around the world. There's no better, example of greatness than to have your legacy continue well after you're gone. Now, he said something back when I was a kid. He said something in an interview that's often played over and over and over again. He said he might not be the person to change the world, but his intention is to be the one to spark the brain of the person that will. And I want to just restate that also. I might not be that person. I might not be that person to change the world, but my goal is to carry on the tradition. We have what we call ancestors. We have leaders that inspire us to do great things. And the greatest thing that you can do in respect for those leaders is to carry on their legacy, carry on the tradition, be that spark, be that brain, be that person that not only just listened or heard the words that was being said, but actually took action on what was being shared. And that's rare. There's not a music artist that I can think of on the planet that probably has inspired as many people as Tupac. There's just a few. There's a few. It's probably only a handful, but there's not a lot. There's so many different artists. They make music, they do this, that, and the third. It's a good bop for the time. And some people, they have what you call timeless music where you might play it on a holiday, special occasions. But still, it only gets played, it only gets listened to, it only gets heard. But it's only a few people that have created some things that inspire people to actually take action. And he's one of those individuals that's created a legacy of inspiration, motivation, and providing the will to take action, to be the strongest that you possibly can, to stand up for what you believe in. And despite, like I said in that beginning video, right? Whether anybody shows up or not, it doesn't matter. Because even for the greatest of us, there's going to be times in our lives that, you know, you're putting in that work and, you don't see the rewards. You don't see the love. You don't see the respect. And you say to yourself, man, I could just quit. I could just give up. But I've learned that success is looking for the best place to rest. Success is, success is out there doing the work. Success is like a energy. And that energy, as they say, energy never dies, it just transfers. So it's running. Energy, you know, energy runs. It goes from place to place and it's looking for that best place to sit and stay. Kind of like your electronics, right? You buy a new piece of electronics and you got outlets in your house. The electricity is running. The electricity is already on. It's already moving around, but it just doesn't have anything to plug into until you provide it with that new electronic and you plug it in. And now the energy, it has somewhere to go. It has somewhere to feed and fuel, and it's gonna, make that that piece of electronic go for as long as it can for the lifespan of that piece of electronic that you have. If the electronic itself go bad, whatever it is, radio or whatever, things break, things quit, just like people, they quit. And when they quit, it doesn't mean that the energy dies. It doesn't mean that success just disappears. It just means that, hey, that energy is no longer flowing to that particular device. It's already moving. It's finding a new source. And more than likely, it's looking for you to replace whatever it was that broke, right? You break something, hopefully you don't really need it. Hopefully it's replaceable. You go out and buy another piece of electronic, you plug that up, and you keep it going. The energy comes back, right? The success comes back and it fuels that. So it's on us to be that source, to be that vessel, that vehicle that, success wants to reside in, that energy. So that's what we have here in the Hustlers 10-minute a day challenge. Now today, I just want to celebrate. Today is also training day Tuesday. So I don't want to get too deep today because we have a live training hosted by one of my business partners, Mr. Wayne Crow. And that live training is going to be held today at 2 p.m. EST time. So let's jump into that a little bit so that you know what to expect. So it says this 10 plus year old traffic source full of buyers no one is using. Wow. So longevity, once again, it pops up over and over, right? See, we don't just talk about stuff and then, it's just a one-off type of situation. We talk about things that, is rooted. Energy transfers, right? And when success, transfers, it transfers from one person and it transfers to another. It stays with that one person and then it shares itself with another person. It's kind of like your extension cord. Got the multiple plugs that you can plug into it. So the energy source is right there and it's able to fuel multiple sources. And a lot of times, that same energy, it reverberates through multiple elect electronics or individuals, like a community. Everybody shares in that energy, everybody shares in that success. So longevity, 10 plus years. So it says here that one evening, one overlooked source of ready to spend buyers that has been sitting in plain sight for over a decade. Wayne pulls back the curtain live. So once again, you see, sitting in plain sight. There's always is always the case where the things that we need most, the information that we need in order to become successful, is right there in plain sight. But we just don't have the proper vision in order to see that information. As I always state, there's value in just about everything. But the only person that will find value in something is a person that understands what value looks like, and that's actually looking for valuable information. So on a daily basis, we provide value. And like I said, whether or not someone shows up or not, it doesn't diminish the fact of the value. Value is the energy. Whether you're there, whether you plug in on a daily basis or not, the energy is still going. The success is still flowing. The value is still flowing. We show up. We be consistent. We do what's necessary. Now, when you decide that you want to plug in, you can get some of that energy. And whatever you decide to use it for, whatever type of vehicle or electronic you are, will determine what function you actually perform. So your online business is your vehicle. The things that we do on a daily basis that fuels us, that consistency, that showing up, that doing the challenge on a daily basis, that's our fuel. That's what builds up our muscle memory. That's what keeps the engine going. That's what gives us purpose. So if you're not showing up, you're not, you know, you're not doing me any favor by showing up, because I'm going to be here. What you're doing is yourself a favor. You're providing that fuel for yourself. See, it's more than one way to look at things, and it's more than one way to become successful. You can attend a meeting week after week after week and not get anything out of it, not learn anything, hear what the person is saying, but not really listen, not really take action. But if you show up and you're consistent at doing that, then that means that you're able to do one thing well. You're able to be consistent. And that's the basis, that's the starting point. Once when you build on that basis, that starting point of at least being able to show up, then you work on enhancing the other skills, enhancing the skill of actually being able to understand what it is that's being taught. And on a weekly basis, I see there's people that show up, people that are consistent, but they don't get any results. They don't actually learn anything in order to get results. They have the same questions today that they had a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, and it's because they've gotten so good at just showing up and they haven't developed the skill of understanding what it is that they're actually seeing so that they can transfer that energy to the right devices, to the right vehicles that they need to transfer it to build the success that they want. So today, I just want to, once again, I want to celebrate. I want to also, invite you to this live training, which will be at 2 p.m. EST time. So that's a matter of a little bit less than 4.5 hours. That's going to be an exciting training and you're going to learn a lot. Well, the right person is going to learn some valuable information that they'll be able to apply. The wrong person will just have something to attend and something to hear, something that, you know, might sound good in the moment, but they might never turn it into an actionable step afterwards. So don't be like that. Don't be that person. Don't be the person that attends training after training after training and never get any closer to their success destination. So, in celebration, what I want to do right now, I want to actually pull up a song, and I'm not sure exactly where I have it at. So I got to do a little searching around on my laptop because that particular song was inspired by that. Well, the training that you just heard was inspired by that particular song that was created over, you know, almost a year ago. See that training that you heard by my business partner, the AI, that was created back in September of 2025. So that's, almost a year ago. And it's valuable. And it was based off of a song. And that particular song is something that, I want to pull up for us so that we can, continue the celebration. And once when I find it, you'll understand that what I do is nothing new. It's something that I've been doing. I've been focused and dedicated to, and I've been committed to. And it's something that I want you to be committed to. I want you to be committed to the idea of being consistent, of showing up on a daily basis, because that's the foundation of success. Once when success sees that, hey, you're not going anywhere, kind of like a relationship. you keep showing up for that person day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, then they're going to come to a point where, they truly believe in you. They truly trust in you. And then it makes it easy for them to say yes to whatever it is that you ask them. You want to go here, you want to go there, you want to be together, you want to stay together, you want us to build something, they'll say yes because they know the type of person you are. They'll know that you're dependable and reliable. And that's something that a lot of people don't really consider when they're building an online business. And it's one of the most important and valuable things that they need to consider. See, before you click anybody's link, before you decide to take action on a business opportunity, you have to understand there's a few things that's important. Yes, the business has to be right. It has to be something that you're interested in, something of great value, and something that's built for longevity. That's very important. But it's also important who you decide to click the link from. If you click the link from someone and you don't investigate and see that on their social media page, they posted one day last week, one day the week before, and they rarely show up, or their posts are all the same. They have no creativity. They're not showing up doing videos. They're not doing this, that, and the third. They're not putting in the work. They're relying on somebody else to do all of the work for them. Then, you get what you put your energy into. If you put your energy into that type of device, then you're going to get something that doesn't really work well. See, what we do here in our online business is we build and we work with systems. And part of the most important system to have is a system of leverage. And you can't build a consistent system of leverage if you partner with people that aren't consistent. If their energy isn't consistent, if their energy isn't constantly flowing, even when you're not plugged into them, right? Then that means that energy that energy dies, that energy disappears. And then what happens when you decide that you want to plug in? If that energy isn't reliable, if it's not always circulating, that means that whatever you plug into that system will not have a consistent stream of power. Someday that electronic device, it might work. Other days it might not work. And it's not because the device itself is broken. It's because the energy source that you decided to plug into is faulty. This is how you have to look at your life as a whole. And this is how you have to look at your online business. And this is why I say being inside, the hustle verse, which is part of the hustler's secret success system, is the most valuable place that you can possibly be, because nobody else online talks about this. I don't care. I've been a part of different groups, even sessions with my business partners. Nobody talks about this stuff. Nobody gets to the heart of what it is that really, you know, gets a person going. But that's okay, because once again, different devices have different functions. All you need is to make sure that the energy is consistent. All you need is to know that, hey, for example, my business partner, Mr. Wayne Crow, he shows up consistently. He's there day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So that's why I partner with him, because he shows up. He's consistent. He has something of value. It's not just a system, it's a community. It's an energy source. An energy source that not only continues to flow, but it gets better. It gets better and better. New announcements, chat rooms. When this new website was, created, not even 3 months ago, it was updated from the old version. So it's not something new, it's a continuation. It's an upgraded electrical system. and it keeps getting better, and it keeps adding more and more and more value. So it never stops. The energy keeps circulating to ensure that success can keep circulating. And all it's looking for is the right electronic to plug into the system. So you have to be that right electronic or product to plug into the system so that you can be inspired, motivated, and equipped to get the results that you want. So I found that video, right? And I want to look at the information on this video real quick so that I can tell you guys when I created this. So the video itself was created, it says September 6, 2025. Yeah, 10:52 p.m. So almost a year ago. Yeah, I was creating content. I was creating music videos, something that I do now. And, of course, in the beginning stages, quality is never as good as it is as you go on, as you get better. But that's what happens. And that's okay. Because even the things that we did in the beginning, they're still valuable and they add value to everything we do. So I'm gonna play this video for you guys. And the title of this song is Every Scar Got Instructions, just like the training talked to you about. This is another inspiring, motivational hustle verse song. That's the only type of music we really do around here. Things that inspire, motivate, and uplift and educate and get you to move from point A to point Z. So we're going to play this and then we're going to close out. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I hope you show up continuously. I hope you celebrate today the 1 year anniversary of the Hustlers 10-minute a day challenge. Celebrate it by, clicking the link, getting access to the most valuable document in all of online marketing. Clicking on this second line right here, this second link, or this first link right here that says grab your mega link so that you can get access to your foundational tools. And you can also get access to that edutainment bundle where you'll get an exclusive training created by me. You'll also get the album of the year for 2025, that Hustleberry, Hustle Tears and Analytics album. And you also get the album of the year for 2026, the Welcome to the Hustleverse Volume 1 album. And, I'm also going to throw in some additional bonuses and celebration. So all you have to do is click that link, get access. Once when I see that you have access and that you've invested in yourself in order to start your online journey, then I will also give you the exclusive bonuses so that you can get going. And with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next video. And matter of fact, come on camera for just a little bit longer. I haven't played that music video in so long. It's has to re-download. It's saved to the cloud, so to speak. It's saved to the cloud, so it's going to take just a second for it to upload back onto my laptop, which I create content every single day, just about every single day, multiple pieces of content. So I fill up my hard drive and I got this external 2 terabyte hard drive that I'm slowly taking, a lot of the old content off and backing it up on that hard drive so that I can, fill it up, keep going, keep filling up that energy onto this laptop, keep having new content for you. And of course, the old valuable content, the only reason why, I'm backing it up is because that content is what we call evergreen. It's valuable today, it'll be valuable tomorrow. So for repurpose purposes, we got a catalog, just like Pac had a catalog, hundreds of songs to fuel you. 3, 2%, 100% complete. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey. Love. Thunder in the marrow, echoes in the thread, lessons written in bruises where apologies bled. Not every cuss from a blade, some are from breath. The ones you trusted most often whisper death. Every wound kept a journal in the back of the skin. You don't forget betrayal, you archive it within. The streets didn't teach, they etched commandments in pain. Concrete became the chalkboard when silence explained. Trust was a coin flipped in dimly lit rooms. Most hands were cold, but their heat came from wounds. Salt in the split turned the naive to scholars. Scars like scripture, each stitch worth $1. Patience grew thorns, mercy wore boots. Forgiveness had a fee, only real ones could recoup. Eyelids blink, Morse code and sleepless redemption. Each memory a mirror of divine intervention. No GPS, just muscle memory turns. Navigated by burns and bridges that learn. These bars ain't ink for applause or assumption. They're prayers in disguise. Every scar got instructions. Every scar got instructions. Every scar got instructions. Read the skin like scrolls. Truth don't stutter when the silence unfolds. You can't fake flames when the heat been home. Some cuts heal crooked but still shake the throne. Pressure made the gospel, blood wrote the fine. Ain't no caption needed when the pain still haunts. Build with the bruises, coated in the muscle. Every marker, blueprint carved through struggle. Seen stitches become symbols on hardened skin. What once broke down became sacred within. Laughter from the lost lives in the hallways of bone. The echoes taught resilience in a house of stone. Ink runs dry when it's born from regret, but pain mixed with wisdom became architect. Didn't need a pulpit to preach or repent. Just a bag full of burdens that taught what was meant. This ain't street talk, it's a map through the wall where each lip became rhythm on the healing floor. No hook, no hype, just hands that rebuilt. From shivers in the soul to bricks laden guilt. Time ain't a healer, it's a translator of trauma. And every second survived became ancestral karma. Watch the broken rise with geometry and motion. Cause scars ain't shame, they're divine devotion. Every scar got instructions. Every scar got instructions, read the skin like scrolls. Truth don't stutter when the silence unfolds. You can't fake flames when the heat been home. Some cuts heal crooked but still shake the throne. Pressure made the gospel, blood wrote the fine. Ain't no caption needed when the pain still haunts. Build with the bruises, coated in the muscle. Every marker, blueprint carved through struggle. Ain't no shame in the ache, it's a part of the plan. Divine architecture shaped by a scarred hand. Those with the cleanest skin rarely walk the hardest streets. The sacred scrolls ain't taught, they bled between beats. Pain translated into strategies unknown. Turn trauma to textbooks, then built thrones from stone. You don't unlearn hurt, you converted to code. An algorithm of survival passed down in Morse mode. Eyes spoke volumes when mouth remained sealed. And every ache redefined what faith revealed. Kept the blueprints in the bloodstream encrypted. The pulse played drums, only chosen one scripted. Look close, some bruises got barcodes of grace. Scan them right in your access, heaven's interface. Nails in the palm, didn't in the design. They held up the framework, one line at a time. Built the future out of patterns the pain had drawn. And that's why every scar instructs where dawn belongs. Every scar got instructions. Every scar got instructions, read the skin like scrolls. Truth don't stutter when the silence unfolds. You can't fake flames when the heat been home. Some cuts heal crooked but still shape the throne. Pressure made the gospel, blood wrote the fine. Ain't no caption needed when the pain still haunts. Build with the bruises, coated in the muscle. Every marker, blueprint carved through struggle. Ain't no shame in the ache, it's a part of the plan. Divine architect
woke up to silence, dreams still heavy. Phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane. But I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night. Scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day, sounded small at first. But in silence, even whispers can quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink. Mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create, etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day, turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. Till my PayPal pinged, then they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted. But now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain. Cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create, etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day, turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, this a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat